So, building off of yesterday's topic, which is minding your business, is the topic or the concept of being still. Now, being still does not mean you stand still on the court because the game is moving so fast, and what you don't want to do is just stand there when things go wrong, or you're just kind of watching, and next thing you know, the play breaks down, or you're not doing anything to help your team out because you're not moving or screening or cutting or playing defense or rebounding or whatever it requires, because basketball requires movement. Being still more so is relatable to knowing that you put the work in and that you're calm because you're prepared. And so I look at players that are successful, that the game slows down for them. It's not as frantic, it's not as frenzied because they're calm and they have a stillness inside of them. Like there's a peace inside of them because they know that they've done what they need to do to prepare. A lot of coaches are like that. A lot of coaches know that they've done the work to get their team prepared, and so they have a calmness inside of them as well, and it shows. And I promised you that I would show you some relatable things on the court that you can translate over to hopefully your game and hopefully into your life. So today I'll show you about free throws. So every wood court in the world has that little nail. They call them the painter's dot, or the little nail they put in the floor to get the court centered. So when people put the goals in, they line the goals up with that nail. And so the nail is right there for this court. And so being that I'm right-handed, I want to put my right toe behind that nail, the big right toe behind that nail, okay? And keep that right foot straight. That'll line me up at the front of the rim, okay? I take my left foot, make sure it's shoulder length apart, and I turn my left foot out just a little bit at an angle, okay? Away from my right foot. That allows me to get on balance. My knees are bent. I'm not bouncing. My knees are bent. I'm still. I tell my players that the less you do, the better. So I just take one dribble, and as I'm dribbling it, my eyes are up. I'm staying on target. So I'm not looking at the floor when I'm dribbling. I'm on my target. The floor is flat. The ball's going to come back to you. There's no reason to look at the floor, okay? Because if you trust the floor, it'll come back to you, okay? Not when it's forward when the ball hits and goes sideways, okay? So I'm lined up, front of the rim. After I dribble, I set. I pause for a second, and then I shoot it, okay? And I'll talk to you about shooting a basketball in later videos, but the bottom line is I'm still, okay? And you can take being still several ways. By doing the work ahead of time, by shooting 400, 500, 600 free throws a week, maybe sometimes in a day, you establish yourself in a routine that works. And for my players, I talk to them about the window. So there's a small space between your two number ones. And when I shoot the ball, I want to have a small space between my two number ones. Okay? I don't want my hands to fly out because the ball will go everywhere. I don't want my right arm to cross my face because the ball will go to my left. I don't want to finish below my head because the ball will go flat. I want to finish up and out, above my forehead, above my head, so the ball has a little bend on it. And when I shoot it, I want to have my toes up. So my heels go like this, okay? Or I stand I'm on my toes. So I shouldn't really say toes up. I should say my heels are up when I shoot it, okay? Like I'm on a diving board. And I do this over and over and over and over. I don't spend time taking 4 and 5 dribbles or looking in the crowd, because again, the less you do, the better. Now, for some people, maybe taking 3 and 4 and 5 dribbles works, but you have to do that every single time because it establishes your routine. But if one time you're doing 1 dribble, one time you're doing 4 dribbles, another time you're spinning the ball around, eventually you're going to find yourself making one, missing one, making one, missing one. And your goal is 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, hopefully 9 out of 10 free throws every single time. And you look at all the good free throw shooters, they have that routine. And again, the less you do, the better. So when you finish, do you lean to the left? Do you lean to the right? Do you fall backwards? Do you fall straight? Because a lot of that stuff, that's movement you don't need to have, okay? Again, dribble, set, shoot. And if, for instance, you get to that situation in a game where you need to make a free throw at the end, maybe to win a game, to send a game into overtime, whatever the case may be, have you prepared yourself? Because a lot of times, if you prepared yourself, you can live with the result, make or miss. And a lot of times you're very calm because you prepared yourself. And that goes for life, it really does. If you have a big test coming up and you start studying an hour or the night before, and you knew the test was coming a week or two ago, but you try to cram at the last minute, you're gonna be stressed. You're gonna be really, really, really stressed. But if you have put the time in and you've established yourself a routine, you'll live with the result, whatever it may be. Okay, as long as you do your best and shoot your best shot. And you have that stillness inside of you that, hey, I did my best, I can live with it. It's when you start stretching yourself out and when you stretch yourself out, you start giving negative thoughts. And like, well, I'm gonna miss this because, I'm all nervous and whatever. The more you're prepared, the more calm you are, the more still you are. And building off the topic of the mind of your business from yesterday, if you do your best, just be still. Good things will happen. Don't worry about what other people are getting, what other people are accomplishing, because you'll accomplish that eventually as well. And you'll be where you need to be, both on the court and in life. So trust yourself, prepare yourself, work, and let the results fall where they may. And you'll have that peace of mind saying, you know what, I did everything I possibly could to get myself where I need to be, and I'm happy with what it's accomplished. And if you want to be a little better, then just keep working, because that's what great people do. But if you want to be still, you got to work, and it'll all work out fine for yourself.